List 9, life, light, and love. This is your photo video. Your roots for this week are bio, which means life, photo, which means light, and phil, which means love. So photo is a Greek root that means light. And your words with this root are photo, photography, photograph, photocopy, telephoto, photon, photogenic, and photosynthesis. So your first word is photo. And this is actually just a photograph. It's a shortened word that we use for the word photograph. So photography. This is the art, process, or job of taking pictures with a camera, and it was named after the process that used light to expose an image on special paper. So back before we had digital cameras, we had cameras that used film, and you had to have film in a camera, and it used light to put an image on the film, and then you would use special paper to develop it or to actually get the picture. So photography is your first word. I want you on your homework to write an area or a category of things that if you were interested in photography, you would want to photograph. So a photograph is a picture made using a camera in which an image is focused onto film or other material that needs light and then made visible and permanent by a chemical treatment, or now it is stored digitally. So I was trying to explain that we used to have cameras that had film, and if you aren't sure exactly what film is, ask an adult. They will probably be able to help you. But you had film, and you put it in your camera, and you only had so many pictures. So if you had a 24 exposure film, you could only take 24 pictures with that film. And it was in your camera, and it had to be kept dark. And then in order to get your picture, you would take the film, and there was a chemical treatment process, and you had to use light and certain chemicals. Typically, it was done in a dark room, so you couldn't have too much light. You had to have the right light and the right chemicals to take this image from the film and put it onto paper. That would then be a photograph. So in the picture, the person is holding a photograph. It is the paper picture that was taken using a camera. Photocopy, we typically just say copying, but this is how you take a photographic copy of printed or written material and use a process that uses light and put it onto paper. So when Mrs. G runs to the copy machine, she is making photocopies. She's using light to duplicate and make other copies of something. Telephoto, this is a lens that you can use on a camera, and it has a larger focal length. So it's a way to get a more magnified image. A photon is a tiny particle of light or electromagnetic radiation. So this is something you cannot see. It's rather scientific, but it's a tiny particle of light or electromagnetic radiation. So what I want you to do on your homework is write the answer to this question. Can you see a photon with just your eyes? Photogenic. This means looking attractive in photographs or on film. So in this picture, this dog's sitting pretty, looking super cute. We could say the dog is photogenic. The dog would look attractive in the photograph. And photosynthesis. This is the process by which a green plant turns water and carbon dioxide into food for the plant when the plant is exposed to light. So in that image, you can see the leaf broken down into cellular, kind of cellular parts. Those parts are what the leaf would use for photosynthesis. On your homework, please write why a plant uses photosynthesis, or what a plant uses photosynthesis for.